Hey, what's up guys? WhirlXbow back here, and today we're playing probably the least meme deck that we're going to be playing during meme week. That's not to say meme week is ending. There's still 3 decks I want to play, and I want to play them on stream, which is why they're not happening tonight, because tonight I have gotten less than 2 hours of sleep between when I finished stream yesterday, or since basically last video was uploaded, and now I've gotten less than 2 hours of sleep. So I like went to bed at like 5:30 in the morning, kind of only fell asleep at 6 and then woke up at 7 because I had something to do at 8. So yeah, honestly, I'm way too tired to stream. And the 3 decks that we're going to be playing on stream and whatever, well, on stream for the next 3 days is going to be Denomancer Warlock, Odd Mage, and ETC Warrior. Yes, I'm finally getting around to playing ETC Warrior. This is a deck that I've been requested to play a lot. So I think now the best deck for me to play was probably Evenlock, because I haven't touched it really since Scolomancers came out, and this deck is a lot of fun. So yeah, with that being said, I think we should hop right into the first game. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Alright, so if Druids is anything like what we've been playing recently, there's very high odds that I know exactly what deck this is, and that would be aggro Druid. If it's not, I mean, we have Mounted Giant on 3, which is always good, not gonna lie. Mounted Giant on 3 is probably the best play in the deck. So, yeah. We tap on 1 here. I think we can tap on 2 and then Mounted Giant on... We can't tap on 2. Okay, well it is aggro, which is good for us, I think. This list might be outdated, but when I was doing research for this video, instead of attending class today, kind of, I found that the list that I was playing initially is probably the one that looks the most amount of fun. So I said, fuck it, you know what, this is the one we're going to be playing. He has 2 cards in hand. This, I feel like, is a super safe play. And next turn we have Tap Homunculus, which I think puts us up to 5 mana on the Giants, which means we can slam Giant on 4, or we can tap Bitter Bloom, depending on what he plays on 4. So yeah. Ooh, Hellfire is also a fairly good card here. What he said could be interesting. This is theoretically blocking 4 damage here. So depending on what he plays here, 4 mana, so we can either go this, or we can do tap, coin this. Then the problem is that these are really hard to play. We can also just slam Hellfire here, as like the super safe play, which it is. Well, Flesh Giant's a really good draw. What would be another insane draw right now would be Hooked Reaver. Hooked Reaver would just be super value right now, because it'd be a super large taunt minion that would be hard for the aggro deck to get through. Okay, I fuck with this. This is just basically because I want to taunt. I'm guessing that these are both Savage Roars, so yeah. Right now we're basically just digging for, well, we want to hit Sun Fury Protector, because, well, here it's going to be 8/8 and tap, and then dig for Sun Fury and win. Yeah, this deck is really good at beating aggro. That's something I noticed initially. So if you're facing a lot of aggro, Evenlock is a very good deck, although it's kind of hard to pilot against aggro because your hero power deals you damage and you can do it for 1 mana and it's super good. But yeah, it's just something to watch out for. With that being said though, I think we just hop right into the next game. Alright guys, I'll see you there. Okay, here I'm just keeping the Defile. Because even against Odd Rogue, Defile is like actually such a good card. Hooked Reaver is also so good. Actually, broken card. It was Mountain Giant. Mountain Giant is really good. I love playing Mountain Giant. Yeah, this deck actually doesn't have one drop, so it's just you tap I think in every single matchup, by the way, you tap on turn 1. With this deck. Unless it's like a aggro deck, like a warrior deck or a pirate deck that goes turn 1 like 2/1 charge, pulling patches, summoning double 2/2 from their hand, then it's correct to do coin defile. But or else it's like you just tap. I think that's the only time it's correct to do that. But yeah. Or else, I mean, any other play you probably just lose. And you don't want that, that's for damn sure. I still love this card. This card I actually think is like super underrated. At least in this deck, it's a 5-mana Assassinate that comes on a 3/3 body. So it's Assassinate with a 3/3. And it draws you a card. It's super value. And it discounts your Molten Giants, your Mountain Giants, and your Flesh Giants. That's what I call value. Or like, you can like Hellfire, say you kill a Scrapyard, and then do this to kill the token that it summons. So like, this card is just so versatile, so good. I wish it saw a little bit more play. But I think the meta is a little bit too fast right now for it to see more play. But I definitely think sooner or later, the meta will slow down, and then this card is going to see more play. Especially with some of the newer cards they've announced. I generally feel like the meta might slow down. Like with the changes that they brought to like standard and whatever. Also some of like the buff cards, North Shark or Power Word Shield, Warsong Commander, things like that I feel like could slow down the meta a fair amount. I want to tap here, but I burn a card. So it's not great. Best draw. This is 5 mana, so I guess a Flesh Giant is not a bad draw here. Just because I could slam Flesh Giant and use all my mana, so it's kind of value. Besides that, is that Double Vendetta? I'll take that. Flesh Giant would be the best draw here. It's actually such a weak draw. Well, that does activate that, which is pretty nice. Seemed like you had a hard time dealing with 1, so I feel like this is just super safe here. I doubt in a deck like the ones he's playing, he's running Vanish. I feel like that's just such a weak card to be playing in that deck, so I feel free to do this turn. That's fine. Well, that's just better here. 3/9/9, I'll take it. Yeah, Rogue normally has a hard time dealing with big minions, especially like ones that you can get out this fast. He is actually running Vanish in his list. That's greedy. That's the worst card of my deck to burn. But what's the chance of him having a second Vanish here to deal with this 16/16? Fairly low, I would think. Best burn there, by the way, would have been like Monculus, Soul Shear, anything besides Raise Dead and the Giants and the Abyssal. Just because those cards are just so good in this matchup. Because I already had to use one Raise Dead to get another 8/8, just so I have a threat on board. It's kind of what you want to do in this matchup. He's digging for an answer. Interesting. He has a hallucination card in hand, which is important to remember. He's digging. Damn. That was he must have hated the cards he got if he went Secret Passage into Secret Passage. That's fine. I can tap kill that here. Or I think I just actually slam Gen, right? I think Gen might just be the safest play to slam. The other safe play is this plus this, but I don't... That protects this. I think slamming this, I also have lethal. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is best play. This is best board I can... Well, it's on the best board, but it's the safest board I can have, right? Because I could have slammed also the homunculus. But I feel like that's super greedy and could go super, super wrong. Okay, he's digging for an answer of any sort. Frost Nova, Cone of Cold. The only advantage here would have been theoretically playing around Cone of Cold that he could have discovered off of Wand Thief. But I think the odds of him having Cone of Cold are sufficiently low that this play was better. Play around things that... I don't know. Maybe actually something that there was correct. Because you also played around... well, no, playing that where we did plays around, what's it called? Betrayal. But yeah. Anyways, with that being said, yeah, we just skipped the next one. Actually, didn't really play around Betrayal, thinking about it. It would have just been hit. Yeah. It would have been better actually there to play the homunculus, kind of. I'll actually spend that in the next game. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Oh, Warlock. Yo, we've been getting so lucky with these mountain giant draws. Actually insanely lucky. I'm just on a hard mull keeping these two. Hellfire is such a big card, kinda. Hellfire is so big because it also discounts our flesh giants. In this matchup, if the turn he's slamming Dark Lair, we're slamming Mountain Giant, we're really ahead. Because we just slam our giants before he does and we Hellfire to answer him. Yeah, it's Dark Lair. This was actually initially one of the hardest matchups I found for this deck. Having played a fair amount of it, this back when this deck, when I was playing this deck, Dark Lair, it was pre-nerf Dark Lair. So Dark Lair is still refreshed 2 mana every time you took damage. That was a not fair meta. Okay, I slam Giant here, which means I'm ahead on the Giants first. I don't think he's able to slam a Giant here. This is kind of also what I'm saying. Which means that... Okay. So no matter what he plays next turn, I answer it with Hellfire. Or worst case scenario, Shadow Flame. The problem is hitting him is like super weak. Right, because if I hit him, he's down to 5. He can slam a Molten? Is that fine, actually? Oh, he's trying to activate this. He's taken 3 so far. Right? No, he's taken 4 so far. That means this is 4 mana. Punch him now, he's down to 15. His Molten Giants are 5. Do I think if he's that low, he'll be able to slam Molten, and then kill me? And then kill my Giant. I don't think if I do... Should have slammed this first. Whoops. Fuck it, YOLO. I can't slam that. No. It sucks I had to throw away the coin there. I could have dirty ratted before I Shadow Flame to try and pull another Giant. The Moltens are 1 now. He can't play Lotheb here, which is very, very important. Because now if he, like, say, taps... Oh, he has deal 7. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, because now say if he tapped... Yeah, he high rolled. He high rolled on us. Okay. Here, if we're not dead, we have Molten Shadow Flame to wipe his board, which would be really nice as long as he doesn't have Loatheb top deck. Yeah. Okay, he doesn't have Loatheb here, which is really important. Because we're taking 8 here, we're down to 6. These are both free. So now we can go Molten Giant into... Oh, Slam and Molten Giant. They never play around it. Fuck, I forgot to summon Dirty Rat. Because I could have pulled Loatheb or something like that, which would have been huge. Actually fucking ginormous. Like, best card for him to have here is like Raise Dead. But the thing is, Raise Dead puts him so low, he's at the Hellfire. And he has to be worried about Hellfire, I think. Oh, you tapped into Coil. Must be nice. And he has the Raise Dead. Don't hit Giants, please. You've had so many minions. He had so many that weren't Giants die, and he actually hit the Giant. Lol. Imagine being that good at the game. That could have gone so much better for me. It's insane. Eight, 9, 10, 11. The only way I can win here is if I tap and I drop both Soul Fragments, which I did not. Oh, he got so lucky here. He had 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means that weren't 2 Giants die, 3 Giants die, and he hit Giants on both of them. That was super unlucky. I also fucked up. I should have 100% slammed a Dirty Rat there. I would have had a 2/6 left on the board. And he could not have killed my Giant there. Or well, he could have still killed it, but I would have had a 2/6 on board. That was a huge misplay by me. Actually fucking ginormous misplay. To be fair, again, you win some, you lose some. That one I'm perfectly okay with losing because I misplayed. But yeah, anyways, let's hop right into the next one. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Okay, well, another Warlock. My guess is Dark Glare. This card would have been actually insane to see against that Dark Oak player. I need a hard mull for an actual decent opener. See, that's the thing with Dark Glare, is that Dark Glare is... I don't want to say the better version of this deck, because it's definitely weaker in certain aspects. It's much faster. Like, Dark Glare is more explosive, but the advantage that this deck has is that you have more threats, right? Against a deck that can just deal with your threats, like, relatively quickly, right? A warrior, say, or something like that. This deck is much better. Against a deck that can't deal with them super easily, like this deck, there's other decks that are better. Here's add into this. This way, next turn I'll have to tap into Mountain, which is huge, by the way. Having 10 cards in your hand in this deck is like almost a necessity. Also, it's important to keep track that I've lost 4, so Flesh Giant is 4 mana. Flesh Giant's actually a card I'm surprised they have yet to nerf. I would have thought that was one on the cards like on the short list of getting nerfed to like 10 or 12 mana, just because I feel like the card is actually still insanely powerful at the low mana it is. When you compare it at least to the other Giants, right? The other Giants are, you know, 12 mana, 20 mana, 10 mana. This one at 8. Sure, it arguably has the hardest way to decrease the cost, but it's the only one that's permanent, right? Say Molten Giant, right? You can gain life, so it's not permanent. Mountain Giant, you can play cards, it's not permanent. Sea Giant, you can wipe the board, it's not permanent. What's the name of the other one? There's one more that I can't remember off the top of my head, but again, it's not permanent. The mech one that says your cost 1 less for each card in your opponent's hand, right? Your opponent can put out their hand, and all of a sudden you can't play it anymore. So it's I can't even stun this here. That fucking sucks. Ooh, Flush is actually a really good draw here. Okay, let's hope he can't wipe the board again. I mean, if he can, it's fine. I could just slam the Abyssal, but no, you don't really want him to be able to wipe the board again after he already did with the Dark Skies. Although Emperor here is huge for him. He has 8 cards discounted. It could be Mechathune. He hasn't played any cards that are not in Mechathune. Besides, like, I wasn't playing the Unstable Fellbolt, but it's definitely a card that's viable, and the Dark Skies is another card that's viable. But Emperor is in that list. I feel that currently the weakest deck that Emperor's actually in is Evenlock. I don't like Emperor in that list personally. I feel like there's just better cards you could be playing. Here the players just dome him. Yeah. I doubt he's playing Molten Giants, so this feels super safe. We have this to protect us here. If he does kill this and then goes here, tapping, he's dead to this Hellfire if I could punch him in the face. That's fine. That's actually really fine. That's a really good card. Okay. I'm not playing this Flush right here. Even if I would have drawn Mountain Giant, I did not play here. He's going into 8, which means he's it's twisting turn. So I don't want to overcommit to the board. Already as it is, I have lethal on board, and if he kills this, I still have lethal with the Hellfire in hand. So I don't want to overcommit because that's an easy way to lose a game. Already as it is, we burnt Reno in the top 12 cards of his deck. Or I guess top 15 because he shuffled 3 more in. But it was still really lucky that he actually hit Reno. By the way, I don't think I said it yet, but I hope you'll have a drink. I currently got me some water, so, you know. Hope you guys also have a drink. Doesn't have to be water. But yeah, I'm drinking water because I'm insanely fucking tired. I want to keep... Which threats do I want to keep in hand here? Uh-oh, that hits Reno 100%. If it low rolled no Reno, we're super ahead though. This sounds like a card I want to grab. I feel like this is the weakest one. I feel like this is just the weakest one overall. It gives me... I should have played it first, but the thing is, even if he does have Reno now, this is still an absurd amount of damage. He has 3 mana to play with if he has Reno. That means he didn't hit Reno, which is good, because as long as this survives, I have lethal with the Hellfire, right? He's at 5? Oh, he's at 7. So I need this to survive, I guess. Kind of best case scenario, actually. We still have lethal. Beautiful. This deck is actually, like, super strong. Like, I genuinely feel like this is still one of the strongest decks in Wild. No, I'm not just saying that because it's working super well. I genuinely feel like this is one of the strongest decks in Wild. Like, no cap. It's so strong. Like, we know how strong the Giants are in Dark Glare, right? This is a more control-y version of Dark Glare that just has more threats, right? And can draw arguably faster. You can fill up your hand faster, I think, in this deck you can in Dark Glare. Dark Glare, I think, might be slightly more consistent. Although, no cap, it's been very consistent tonight. We would have actually had a perfect win rate, I think, if I didn't fuck up. If I didn't fuck up my play, I could have had a perfect win rate. But yeah, anyways, let's just skip the next game. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Okay, well, Rogue was a deck that wasn't initially out when I was playing this deck, so I don't know how it fares, but Sunfury Protector is a good card. Alright, because if I hit a Molten Giant, or a Flesh Giant, or a Mountain Giant, these can help carry. Yeah. I think this deck is actually slightly worse than Kingsbane, because it's slower and less explosive. Kingsbane can have someone dead on turn 5, or it's harder to do an Odd Rogue. Although Odd Rogue does have certain advantages, where it's... Oh, he drew patches. That's good for me. Or he doesn't run patches, which I think is wrong, so... I'm gonna go with best case scenario that he drew patches. Which means that one of these 3 cards is patches. Most likely this one, but it could be any of them. That's an actual really good card here. How greedy do I play here? How greedy do I play here? The non-greedy play is to wait to take an extra 2 damage. This is the safe play though. The reason that's a safe play is because theoretically, if I hit both of those, I could slam Raise Dead into Flesh Giant here, which is not bad. Although I do want to lose a little bit more health to make Hooked Reaver active, but no, I got punished for that play. Oh, I got so punished for that play. I actually got so fucking punished. Interesting. Very peculiar. If I would have held off and not done that, I would have been at 14. Hooked Reaver would have been active, and Mountain Giant would have cost less. I want him to commit something that's not a deadly poison. Almadome. Oh, I knew he drew that card. That was actually such a big draw here. I feel like this play right here was necessary. I'm dead to exactly Deadly Poison number 2 or Trader. But I guess I'm also dead to South Sea Deckhand number 2. That's fine. This is typically really hard for that deck to deal with. Next turn I do this plus this. The turn after I do this plus this. Okay. Well, I have Soul Fragment and Amethyst Spellstone is the only healing left in my deck. So this is about to be interesting. Very interesting. I can't even activate this, which really sucks. Because there's nothing in my deck that deals 1. I'd have to draw Soul Fragment, and then I could slam Homunculus into this. But hey. Here he's 1 damage off being able to kill this. A really good draw for me. That's a really good draw for me. Well, the only card I'm dead to here is Vanish, which he can't be playing. And I have a wall of 24 health worth of taunts. Yeah. That's right. Concede, Rogue. Concede. Concede to the power of my 8/8s. Ender. You know what? This video would be kind of short if we stopped it now, even though we hit the 30 minutes. So let's just skip one more. Alright guys, these games actually go by really, really quickly. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Another rogue. Damn. So many rogues today. Yeah. Okay, Flesh Giant. I like Flesh Giant in my opener. I like the fact I have a golden one of these. Although this giant is like fucking creepy. Oh, he has one like tiny eye and then one giant eye, and like his shoulder is a mouth. That's a little fucked up, not gonna lie. No cap. I have a funny story kind of to tell today, actually. And this is gonna be super uninteresting to all of you-os here that do not play Magic the Gathering. But today, I went to my local game store. There's a game shop, like 10-minute walk from my place. It was a really nice day. So basically for the last week it's been like -15, -20 degrees Celsius. Today it was like 12, like +12. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'll go for a little bit of a walk, you know, clear my mind, get some fresh air type shit. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go and buy 1 pack of Magic cards. So I did, no cap. I go buy a pack of Magic cards. While I was there, I'm fairly good friends with the worker at the store. Like we go way back. Basically, once I moved to the house that I'm currently living at, when I was like 4, I've known this guy since. So I'm 21 now, so a lot of years. So we go back basically to my childhood, and like I've been going there constantly. So they had, for those in Magic, a foil full art Grim Tutor. For those whose owner is just like, nah. Basically, this is like equivalent to like a golden legendary, right? But like a good one, right? I'm talking about like a foil or a golden Kingsbane, or you know, a golden Raza, say something like that. Like it's a really powerful card, and right now their price tag is fairly cheap. You guys are gonna laugh at me when I say fairly cheap. They're $45 Canadian at the moment. For a Magic card right now that is as playable as that card is, that's cheap. Okay. So yeah, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I have not bought an expensive piece of Magic card, like an expansion Magic card, in quite some time. Last time I was there, they also had it, but it was like, I don't think I would spend, last time I was there, it was $35. So after talking to him, you know, like catching up and shit, I was like, yo, last time I was here, the card was like $35, so it kind of sucks it went up. My boy hooked me the fuck up. He's like, oh, really? Alright, bro, pay $35 for it. So I got me a foil full art Grim Tutor for $35. Again, for all those who don't know, that's an insane deal. At least in my opinion, that's an insane deal. I would do that deal every single day of the week. So basically, after like store credit and shit I had there, I ended up getting the foil full art Grim Tutor and a couple other cards and a pack for $35 Canadian. And then when I looked it up online, I was able to sell to a different store that full art Grim Tutor for the $35. It was, not gonna lie, mad good deal. Anyways, I'm not really a speculator, but for all those who don't have one yet, I honestly think that card could go up in price substantially. I think it's like an insane card, and at $35 is actually a fucking steal. So if you don't have one and you've been thinking about picking one up, I'd suggest it. I think it's like, again, an insane fucking deal. I would highly recommend it. That's scary. I don't have any draw here that's lethal, right? What'd be best to draw? Oh, if he does that trade, that's huge for me. In fact, I say at 10, I could slam this on an empty board. It's another giant mini he has to punch. I'm fine with that. Okay. This is fairly good. Again, the only card I'm dead to is Sap, and that deck theoretically only plays one. If he had it, he put it last turn, so he has one draw at Sap. He would have had a Secret Passage. He also played that last turn, so he has one draw to be able to deal with this. There's no pirates in the game, I think, that deal with this. Get stomped. Again, this deck is actually an insanely good aggro beater. Like, what? Look at this win rate. This win rate is fucking absurd. Even last time I played this deck, where is deck tracker? Last time I played this deck, I think I also had a nutty fucking win rate. I haven't looked at those videos in a long time, but I think last time it was also like high 60s, 70%. So again, this deck, if you want a deck to beat aggro, I would recommend. But anyways, with that being said, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have been enjoying Meme Week. If you guys do, leave a like, subscribe, like I always say. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be moving to Twitch to stream, probably in the foreseeable future. So if that interests you, go follow me there. Rep the gang, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where hopefully, you know, we continue this winning with one of these 3 meme decks. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, but there's high odds it's not Dino since we played Warlock today. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.